Welcome back to Toshib. Why do you always do that? Well, anyways, welcome back to Let's Play Shuffle. So, I wonder how much plot is actually left in this, and we've seen this scene before, and I just can't be asked going through it. I just don't feel like it right now. They're just gonna be like, hey, in our worlds, like, you can marry, like, more than one. Got 3 wives, and yeah. So, like, I don't understand it at all, to be honest. I mean, what? Does he end up with 3 girls, or what? Probably not. Probably just, like, kind of persistent annoy the crap out of him for all of time. I have no idea. There. I saved you. I got you out of the scene. Into plot. Maybe. Yep, plot. The temperature was still high even though it was already September. Thankfully there was a nice breeze to cool it off on the roof. Lunchtime again. We came up here as usual and sat on a blanket as we ate our lunches.
本当にいいの？僕たちまで入れてもらっちゃって。お邪魔ではありませんの？
No, of course not. Don't worry about that.
見目麗しい女性が増えることに唱える意義はありませんよ。どうぞ遠慮なく。ああ、場所がなければ俺様の膝の上なんてどうですか？
緑葉くんの膝の上なんか座ったら明日には家族が1人増えちゃうんじゃない？
責任は取りますからご安心を。
What? He doesn't even...
肯定しないでお願いだから。
Indeed.
しぐれさんって確かかえちゃんのお料理の師匠様なんですよね。
She was looking at her son's lunch. She knew how well Kaede cooked. If Asa was her teacher, I'm sure she'd be curious as the King of the Gods family cook.
そうなんですか？師匠といっても僕が教える頃にはもうかなりできてたもんね、楓は。できるなんてほどではなかったですよ。むしろ失敗ばかりでしたし。
I remember how it was back then. There wasn't any comparison to how she matured, but at the time I thought she cooked extremely well, especially considering her age.
ですが、その前から楓さんはご自宅の家事などをされていらしたんですわよね。あの時は私しかいませんでしたから。ですから最低限のレベルにまでは。でもそれを今くらいの能力にできたのはやっぱり朝先輩に教わったからですよ。
Level up!
料理部のダブルエースの話はよく聞きますしね。私にもお料理教えていただけませんか？
Teach us how to cook like, pros, I guess?
私、どうしてもお料理は上達してくれなくて。
With me, as long as you give me instructions, I can cook it pretty much. Just like, if you it's like, okay, this, you do this, 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 and that. And I just like, okay, I'd go by that, and it comes out pretty nicely. I have never, like, you know, screwed up kind of cooking like that. I've rarely ever cooked, though. But I don't recall ever, like, screwing anything up. I mean, the most I've actually made is probably spaghetti bolognese, and it came out perfect. Literally perfect. It looked exactly like it should. And it tasted like it should as well. It was just perfectly fine. I think the reason why that is because I actually pay attention. Some people, when they like cook stuff like that, it's like, they just like leave it for a bit. I pay more attention to it than that.
全然 OK。お料理っていうのは基本さえしっかりしていれば、あとはちょっとしたコツを覚えるだけで一気に上達したりするから。
I haven't mastered the basics though.
楓さんもそれで一気に上手になられましたものね。そっか、しぐれさんってそんなに料理上手なんだ。
You know, it's like if someone just said to me, "Hey, bake me a cake." I'm just like, shit, I don't know how to bake a cake. Give me instructions, please. I have no idea what I'm doing here. I think I have helped make a cake before, though. I just can't remember how the process went. It was a long time ago. She thought for a moment, then she smiled and opened her mouth in a slightly malicious manner.
じゃあそのしぐれさん仕込みのかえちゃんのお弁当と私のお弁当どっちが美味しいかちょっとリンくんに聞いてみたいな。
Didn't we already have something similar to this before, where they were just like trying to one up each other? It's like Irina was like, "Here's my dad's homemade bento here." It's just like, "Cause I can't cook, but this is for our intimate moment." And then she was like, "Hey, I made this. This is awesome, right?" And then Kaido was like, "I've gotta try to get in on this, man. I'm tired of being stuck in the sidelines."
はいリンくん
Hey, Shia. Shia picked up one of the meatballs from her lunch and brought it over to my mouth.
あーんまあシア様大胆です
No, wait, Shia, please. As I looked around in a panic, I could see Asa-san chuckling.
うん僕は別に平気だけどリンちゃんモテモテなの知ってるしこれくらいで嫉妬してもほら
Oh no, Asa-san, I don't think you should have said that.
おっと勝者の余裕発言ですかほらリンくんお許しも出たし
Seeing Shia's eyes full of expectation, I knew I had to take a bite. It was sure it was delicious, but under these circumstances I couldn't taste a thing. The look on Asa-san's face from next to me made it seem like she was planning something. Just like, they won't know how you died, they will never find out. Gripped by fear, I noticed two sets of eyes on me.
私も自分で作ることができれば参加したいんですけれど
One set was Nerine. She muttered sadly and poked at her lunch with her chopsticks. Then the other set.
リンくん
Kaide, her cheeks on fire, picked up a dumpling and brought it to my mouth. What? You too, Kaide-san?
どうぞ
Yes, thank you. I didn't have the willpower to refuse, so I ate it despite being something I had all the time. I still couldn't taste anything. Though these scenarios are kind of common in these kind of things, aren't they? Remember, like, Tomoyo, when everyone was just, like, him around just, like, with their food and all that, and just, like, try this one. No, this one's the best one, this one's the best one. He's like, ah! Was that even in the visual novel version, though? Because they even included Fuku in the anime version of that scene, at least. It's very random. Asa-san, who had been watching us with a smile, finally opened her mouth. Her cheeks were a little rosy and she spoke rather timidly.
それじゃあリンちゃん
Yes?
次は僕の番ね
Well, I thought you said it's okay earlier.
出したけどそれとこれとは別問題そのまあ僕としてもちょっぴりくらいは気になってしまうわけでだからはーん
What? Asa-san? Are you telling me to feed you by any chance?
まあまあまあ朝ちゃんらしいおねだりですわ
Hey, look, it's, what were they called again?
うわードキドキします朝先輩大胆ですいやーこの攻撃いかがお考えですか解説の緑間さん
周囲の攻撃を快く受け入れながらも自らはさらなる一歩を攻め入って熱々ぶりを知らしめる見事
Oops. How can you observe this so calmly?
いや観察以外に何をしろと
応援でもしようかりんちゃん
Everyone was getting worked up while Asa-san waited, her eyes full of expectation. I finally resigned myself to it and picked up one of my sausages and brought it to Asa-san's mouth. I could feel my face getting hot. Open.
美味しい。
It'd be funny if he missed. We just like all in the awkwardness. He ends up hitting her in the eye with it. Just like, ow! Asa-san complimented the perfectly spiced sausage.
楓も腕上げたよね。ありがとうございます。朝先輩に追いつけるまで頑張りますね。あの直後に平然と料理の腕を褒められるところ、すごいのですよ。
Thinking of, was that visual novel called Yandere-chan? Just like plot twist, just like, it was poisoned. No!
間違いないね。朝先輩こそ真の男だよ。
Man, that visual novel was messed up, wasn't it? Well, if you saw that LP anyway.
リンさん、いかがいたしました？そんながっくりとされてしまって。
No, don't worry about it, I'm just mentally drained. This route's a lot longer than Kaide's. Seriously, I feel like maybe if we'd made different choices in the previous route instead of just being kind of random and ended up on Kaide's route, maybe it would have had more development. I'll have to check that at some point, probably after we've gone through all the routes, just to check if there's anything missing, you know? Sky was a clear blue, punctuated with white fluffy clouds.
晴れてよかったね。天気予報、今日から雨とか言ってたし。
Yeah, it's gotta be sunny for our date. As usual, Asa-san had a grip on my left arm. I moved my gaze from the sky to her. Well, if it rains, we'll just change our plans and go to a movie or a cafe.
もちろん、傘は一本で。
If we plan our next date for a rainy day.
りんちゃん、言動が緑葉くんに似てきたね。そこまで落ち込まなくてもいいんじゃないかな。
I imagine just like a dark veil went over his eyes. He clutched his head, just leaned forward a bit. He's just like, no, that's impossible.
ほら、友達なんだし。次のデートは傘一本で OK だから行こう。
Okay, let's start with shopping.
ひょっとして落ち込んだふり？
Wait, was I supposed to sound depressed? Oh, let's just go shopping. I'm so depressed. Asa-san glared at me because of how quickly I'd lightened up. I like it when you get a bit worked up.
りんちゃん、絶対緑葉くんに似てきた。
That's a shame.
それで買おうと思ってた服、もう売れちゃってたの。まあ、それは残念でしたわね。
Is that the only one that carried it?
あそこがね、一番安いのよ。他のお店でだとちょっとお財布の中身が。
Financial problems seem to be everywhere. The cafe wasn't packed as usual for some reason. Ryo-senpai had joined in on our conversation because there were only a few customers. She was smiling at Asa-san, who was sulky because she couldn't get what she wanted.
でも、残念だった割には、朝ちゃん楽しそうですわね。うん。ほら、りんちゃんとね、一緒に行けたわけだし、今日の目的はあくまでデートだもん。
Asa-san blushed and began fidgeting.
彼はも好きな人作ってみたら、きっといろいろ変わっちゃうと思う。
You know, I wonder if Ryo-senpai has a route in one of the other shuffle games. Probably. I don't see why she wouldn't, really. I mean, if they expand on other characters, if she wasn't included among those, that'd be kind of odd.
それでしたら、もういますのよ。
Eh? That was unexpected.
好きな方とまでは参りませんけれど、気になる方でしたら。嘘。いつの間に？
You have a crush on somebody? I'm surprised.
というわけで、 彼派教えなさい。親友としてどんな相手かくらいは知る権利があるはずよ。
Let me guess, it's gonna be Rin, isn't it? A moment, you seem to be message on Facebook. Okay, I'm back. So apparently, one of our cats was sleeping in a boot. Seriously, cats sleep in some really random places. As the boyfriend of that best friend, I must have the same right.
まあ、たとえ朝ちゃんの思い人でなくても、リンさんには知る権利がありますわ。
What?
だって、リンさんご本人ですもの、その方は。
Oh my goodness, how surprising! What?
ちょっと待ちなさい。初耳なんですけど、どういう。いえ、普段の優しいところなど、とても素敵ですもの。
Man,
朝ちゃんが好きになられるのも、わかりますわ。
he has all the girls after him, man. Seriously. I mean, you could like be like, well, you know how it goes. Like some people, when they're like in a relationship, then all of a sudden they get popular all of a sudden. But he was already popular before that happened. Oh, I don't know what to say.
売約済みです。完売いたしました。
Completely out of stock. Asa-san leaned over and clamped onto me while I fidgeted about, unsure of what to do. Her ample breasts felt like heaven. You and your comments on the breast.
ダメだからね。いくら彼派でもリンちゃんだけは。大丈夫ですわ、さっちゃん。ご安心ください。安心していいわけ？深海は一夫多妻制ですわ。
What?
まったくもう彼派ったら。
Wait, she was going on about the same thing as the king of the gods and the king of the devils there, really, wasn't she? It's like, well, he allows that. So basically just like, well, I still have a chance with him because of that or something, maybe. And like, I was just like, no. The cafe started getting crowded, so we were heading home in the twilight. Asasana had grown moody since Korea's senpai's surprising confession.
リンちゃんも鼻の下ずーっと伸ばしっぱなしだったし。
I wasn't trying, but I guess it's natural since Korea's senpai is pretty hot. Well, I'd feel the same way if the roles were reversed.
付け加えみたいな言い方。はあ、少しくらいは浮気も許容しないとダメなのかな。
You know, I learned from this way, never compliment another girl in any way, even if it's just say like, hey, they're kind of attractive. Never ever do that when in a relationship with a girl. She will freaking bring down the thunder on your ass. But sometimes, like in my case, it's just like, oh, but double standard there. Just like, oh yeah, compliment other guys. Just like, that guy's pretty nice and all that. Just like, oh yeah, double standards, bitch.
特にリンちゃんの周りいい子がいっぱいだから。
You make it sound like I'm definitely gonna have an affair.
だって
Don't pull a Makoto, man, you'll regret it. As the sun's body suddenly swayed as she spoke. She froze and went silent, putting a hand on her forehead. Okay, serious now. Asa-san? Asa?
なんでもない。ちょっとめまいがね。
Asa-san forced herself to smile. However, she could hardly stand and she was starting to sway again. She was obviously having an episode. She collapsed, a faint smile on her face. Asa-san! I quickly grabbed hold of her. Asa-san, are you alright? She'd already passed out. That was very different. Just like randomly going on about like all that and then all of a sudden serious scene out of nowhere. She had finally woken up. I heard a small moan from her lips. I let out a sigh of relief and spoke to her. Everything alright? She vaguely saw me through blurry eyes. She blushed bright red when she noticed the clothes she was wearing.
僕
Panty shot randomly.
な
Whatever.
んでそのお姫様
I had to have another CG with you, you see. Don't you remember? You fainted.
そういえばごめんね重いでしょもう大丈夫だから
If I called you heavy, it would anger every other woman on earth. Besides, I don't think many chances have any chances to carry a woman like this. I'm enjoying
で
it.
も抱かれてる方としては結構恥ずかしかったりして
Well, you've got to take what you deserve for what you did. So don't hesitate to feel like a princess.
もう
By the way, your panties are showing. I should have said that as well. Just thought I'd let you know, and then she'd probably fall. Are you really alright, by the way? I think you've been passing out more often than you need to.
大丈夫大丈夫ほらこうやってすぐ目が覚めて元気いっぱいなんだから
She certainly didn't look pale anymore, but that's because she was blushing bright red. Even so, I was still concerned. Why don't you use your magic? Asa-san looked
使
away.
いたくても使えません
Asa-san.
本当にね大丈夫だからそれよりごめんねせっかくのデートこんな形で終わらせちゃって
She looked down apologetically. I sighed and put on a smile. No worries, it's the best way to end a date, actually.
あも
She blushed even redder. In the face of her adorable reaction, all I could do was feel ashamed of my powerlessness. This route is actually going on quite a bit. Kaida's route was like freaking 3 or 4 parts long, and that was it. Following the bell, the teacher left the classroom. I grabbed my bag and put my hand into it. Let's see. I didn't take my textbooks home every day like most good students, so there shouldn't have been anything in there besides the lunchbox Kaida gave me this morning. Let's see. But I didn't feel anything. My hand crawled around inside the bag in vain. I couldn't find it at all. So that meant... Kaida peeked over my shoulder and checked inside my bag while I was standing there. I looked at her to see if there was any hope, but she shook her head. I screamed in despair. No! No way! This can't be happening!
姉様どうされたんですかそれがお弁当が見つからないらしくて朝確かにテーブルの上に置いておいたんですけど
On the table?
はいわかりやすく白い布で包んでおきましたけれど
Come to think of it, did I put that into my bag this morning? I thought I got my lunch from Kaide as usual. Itsuki tapped on my shoulder with a wicked, cheerful
ま
smile.
あものの見事に忘れたみたいだね
My school days are over. I knew my friends would share their lunches with me if I asked, but I'd feel bad about it, plus they'd try to feed me like a baby. Wait, your school days are over because you forgot your lunch? When I went to school, I didn't freaking do that. I mean, sure, like in primary maybe and stuff like that. But, like, after that, it just kind of like... As I said, I was taught at home for the most part, but in the few months that I was there, at that point, I didn't really, like, bring anything to eat. I just go into the cafeteria, awfully crowded, and I hate crowded areas, so that's just like, nope. I'm just gonna buy something to drink, put it in the bag, and then drink it on the way back home. That's literally the whole thing. It's just like, I'd go the entire school day, each time, with not eating a damn thing. Man, that's probably very different to some students. It's just like, I can't go to the whole thing without eating something. But I'm just like, I don't care. I just get through it regardless. All I could do was get the press. Shia's cheerful voice emphasized my hunger. I knew she'd left the classroom right when fourth period ended, but now she'd come back. I was too depressed to deal with Primula at this point. Sorry, but I don't think I can recover for today.
忘れ物持ってきてくれたんだって。
What? I quickly perked up with unexpected hope. Is that true, Primula? The key to victory sat in the pigtail girl's hands.
これ、テーブルの上に置いてあった。
The cat? She held out a box wrapped in a clean white handkerchief. This is... Praying I undid the wrapping with my shaking hands, it was precisely what I desired. I just picture like that music that plays in Zelda games when he's opening a chest playing.
ですね。
Yeah, they even had some fanfare. Great job, Primula! In the 9th inning with 2 outs and 3 runs down, I scored a grand slam. The ball drew a beautiful arc in the night sky and disappeared outside the stadium. What's this got to do with your food? I stroked Primula's head. She looked like she was being tickled.
褒められた。
My school life has just begun! So why don't we go to the roof?
随分と中身の薄い学園生活だね。
I joyously left the classroom.
つちみくん、ちょっと待った。
Mayumi, stop me. What's wrong, Mayumi?
ちょうどね、今そこでカネハ先輩に聞いたんだけど、朝先輩が保健室に運ばれたって。
Eh? I was frozen to the spot. Shouldn't the music have changed a bit quicker? You know, well, stopped there. Like, it seemed kind of unfitting with the music playing when she actually said that.